Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, I want to share a question that was posted on my Facebook feed, and this is by a friend of mine that I know personally. I know him for a number of years. We're not like super tight, but we're friends. Okay, and the question that he asked is, why is it that white guys are able to have armed protests and not get shot, while black people get shot when they're not even armed? Okay, and as you might guess, my friend is black. And I've seen stuff like this pop up on his feed before. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to, I had what I suspected was the answer, but I also wanted to run it by somebody else. I contacted somebody that I know who is a member of what I would call a civil rights group. Now, people from the outside might call it might call it a militia. They might say that he's the leader of a militia. I would say that he's the leader of a civil rights group. I'm not a member of that group, I'm able to look at this kind of from the outside, and see what he's doing and form my own opinion. Okay, so I asked him. First of all, do you have any blacks, Hispanics, other ethnic backgrounds in your groups? Do you welcome them? How do you feel about the subject? And he said that they go out of their way to try and attract black people, Hispanics, Mexicans, Indians, or, all the other groups that they can possibly get in. He said that it's actually part of a big component of what they do, because they want everybody to see the Second Amendment and all the other rights in the Bill of Rights as their rights too. They don't want people to look at the Second Amendment and say, okay, this is somebody else's rights. It doesn't apply to me. They want to bring in black people, Hispanics, etc., into the group, and have them see it as their rights as well. And that's always been my approach as a gun instructor. That's actually the reason why I became a gun instructor. I wanted to take people, who have never shot before, didn't know anything about guns, had no vested interest in protecting the Second Amendment, and teach them to shoot, teach them to appreciate, shooting, and guns rights, and look at the Second Amendment as their right as well. Okay. So we both had the similar idea on that. I asked the guy. The guy basically told me that, yeah, we have, most of the group is white, but they have blacks, Hispanics, and other ethnicities within the group. So we continued talking about I told him about the post that was made, and here's the thing, and we both kind of feel the same way. Um, a lot of times when people are looking at the situation, especially the way the media portrays it, okay, they're making it look like a bunch of people, right? In this case, they were white, right? The guys that went to Michigan were, a bunch of white guys, just showed up unannounced at the Michigan Capitol, and essentially occupied the place, right? They forcefully took control, okay, and that's not what happened, okay. The same exact thing kind of happened in Virginia. Okay, and I'm a lot more familiar with the Virginia situation because I was involved with it. I mean, not involved in the planning. I was just there, and I heard things as far as regarding the planning process. Um, and the thing is that Virginia was a big enough rally that you had black people, Hispanics, other ethnicities there as well. So that was pretty obvious. Lots of photos were taken about that. But here's the thing to understand with both Virginia, the Michigan rally, and a lot of these other armed rallies that you see. They are planned. Okay, they're planned. They're basically shows. Okay, they're. It's an important show. All right. What we're doing is we are asserting our rights. Okay, we have a right to peacefully protest. Okay, so what the people, the organizers of these groups, whether it be a local civil rights group or whether it be a larger organization like a civil liberties type of group, they contact the local government, and they tell them that they want to stage this protest, and they ask them for a time and a date, and they tell them, exactly what they're going to be doing and what they're going to be bringing, and they're given specific instructions. You can do this, on this date at this time, and the security is involved. And when I mean security, I mean the local, the government security or the building security is involved in this, and they're aware of the situation. So essentially, it's a staged protest. Okay, an important thing because we're asserting our rights. All right, and what's happening is, I mean, it's a photo opportunity. The people that are doing the protest, they're trying to get certain points across, in a peaceful way. Likewise, the people on the other side, right, are using the opportunity to get their points across. So they're basically making it look like it's a hostile invasion, okay? And that's certainly what the media makes it look like. And the media makes it look like these dangerous white guys showed up and took over the building, which, when in case that's not what happened at all. That's what the situation is there. So, as far as people who might be black or Hispanic, if you have a situation where you think that, first of all, you should try and get involved with these groups, so that you can be involved in these type of protests. Okay, because what's going to happen is, if these groups, as these groups start gathering more and more people who are black, Hispanic, and situations that come up. As situations come up where people's rights and freedoms are being violated, well, now you're a member of that group, okay? So that group is going to have a vested interest in protecting this person and their rights and their interests. These groups also have the experience, they have the connections to do these type of armed protests that are somewhat effective, okay? At least effective to the extent that they're being heard. That's the reason why, that's the answer to the reason why these people able to have these armed protests and not get shot. It's because it's a staged event that's organized in advance, and the local government that they're protesting against is also involved. Is knowledgeable of what's about to happen. And it'd be great if we can get other blacks, Hispanics, people involved with these type of groups, so these groups can get more information from them, hear more stories about what's going on, and also want to represent them as well. Okay, and they're very welcoming. I mean, I recently spoke to this one person. I have, over the years I've talked to lots of different people on this subject, and generally that's what I hear. They're all welcoming towards blacks, Hispanics, everybody else. They want them in these groups. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this, based on having actually talked to people that do these type of things. If you guys have any comments, please put in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.